One of the players I have most enjoyed watching this year so far has been the Dallas Cowboys quarterback, Dak Prescott. I'm going to list some stats, and I want you to hear what he's done this year, the statistics. But I think it's a story behind the stats that really, really excites me. So in 2 games so far this year, Dak Prescott has thrown for 674 yards, 7 touchdowns. He has an 82.3% completion percentage. And he does have 1 interception, but it was actually a pass that bounced off his receiver's hands. Dak looks fantastic. He does. He looks, wow. Him and Lamar Jackson are like my most improved quarterbacks. I'm like, you guys look amazing. But there's reasons for these improvements. Number 1 is Dak Prescott's footwork is better than I've ever seen from him. He clearly made that a point of emphasis in the offseason. He said, I want to get better at footwork. I want to be more accurate. Footwork creates accuracy. Any throws I've ever missed in my life was because my feet were bad. If you have bad feet, your accuracy drops off a cliff. It matters. Your feet and your base are very, very important. The best throw Dak Prescott has all year is a throw where, there's a throw I really like, by the way, where he throws a fade ball against the Giants. It's great. It's in a perfect spot. It's against man coverage. Last year, I was very concerned because Dak Prescott struggled to beat man coverage throwing the ball over the top. He answered that question week 1 against the Giants. He dropped in a perfect pass down the left sideline over the breadbasket, kind of over the shoulder against man coverage. Great throw. But there's another throw later in the year where he's going through his reads. He resets his feet, throws the ball over the middle. It's like his 3rd read, and it's fantastic. A lot of people don't understand this. First of all, better footwork in the pocket means that when he's throwing to his 3rd and his 4th read, he's better. He's resetting his feet from one side of the field to the other, from his 1st read to the 2nd read. And when he's doing that, he's throwing more accurate than we've ever seen from Dak Prescott. Little inside information if you play quarterback. It's easy to catch the ball and set your feet to your first target, to one side of the field. Maybe it's a slant, maybe it's whatever, make up whatever route you want. That your first read's easy. But as you go across the field to your 3rd, your 4th, maybe your check down or your 5th read, and there are bodies all around you, there are guys around you trying to tackle you, trying to hit you, trying to take you to the ground. Often young quarterbacks, their footwork degrades as the play goes on. The first side, the first 2 reads, one side of the field, that's easy. But as you got to reset and set your feet to the middle of the field, and then maybe go all the way to the other side of the field, that's much harder. And right now, Dak Prescott is better than I've ever seen when it comes to resetting his feet to the middle of the field and to the other side of the field. So again, to be very clear, Dak Prescott's more accurate than I've ever seen, and it's because of footwork. It's awesome. It's fun to watch. Another huge factor is that Dak Prescott has a new offensive coordinator, Kellen Moore. Kellen Moore is a unique situation. I've never seen anything like it. 2 years ago, Kellen Moore was Dak Prescott's backup quarterback. They clearly have a good relationship. Last year, he was Kellen Moore. Last year was Dak Prescott's quarterback coach. This year, he was elevated to offensive coordinator. It's clear to me from play calling and from the way that from play calling, from what the Cowboys are doing on offense. Kellen Moore, the Cowboys offensive coordinator, trusts and believes in Dak Prescott. That goes a million miles. It's so, so important. When you have a coach who trusts you and who believes in you, who calls plays with confidence in you. The Cowboys right now are throwing on 1st and 2nd down. They're in the shotgun a bunch. They're being incredibly aggressive, throwing the ball downfield, attacking, going after teams, throwing the ball downfield with Dak Prescott's arm. That shows that Kellen Moore has a ton of confidence in Dak Prescott. And when you put confidence in someone, often they reward you by playing well. Not always, but often. It feels great when a coach has confidence in you. It makes you play way better. So those are the 2 reasons why Dak Prescott, in my opinion, looks better than we've ever seen. His footwork is way better. His ability to reset his feet and throw to his 3rd and 4th read is great. And then he has a coach that believes in him, who calls plays aggressively with belief that Dak Prescott's going to do the job. That's so cool. The marriage between Kellen Moore and Dak Prescott has been really fun to watch. I want to do a breakdown of him later this year, but for now, just know It's going incredibly well. And I'm very, very impressed with not only Dak Prescott and his coach, but with Dak Prescott's work ethic this offseason. He made a lot of little changes that made him far better. Now, here's the next thing I want to talk about. I would pay Dak Prescott if I was the Dallas Cowboys. I would. Here's why. Dak Prescott's really good. Look, I can acknowledge he's not as good as a thrower of the football as Patrick Mahomes or Aaron Rodgers. He's not the most physically gifted quarterback in the entire NFL. But he doesn't need to have the strongest arm in the league. He's highly accurate. He's more than good enough, but he's the best we've ever seen right now. Dak Prescott's playing great. His feet are better. He's very much improved. His accuracy's skyrocketing. He's done the work. Dak Prescott consistently is getting better and better. Every single year, he gets a little bit better. And right now, Dak Prescott's off the charts. He's fantastic. And consistently getting better from a spot that was already pretty good. But Dak also has something that people so often overlook when they evaluate quarterbacks. It's something that's hard to see. It's not arm strength. It's not your footwork. It's this. Dak Prescott is a galvanizing leader. He rallies the troops, he moves the ball downfield, and he wins games. For some reason, everybody seems to overlook that fact. He wins games consistently. When Dak Prescott's teammates play for him, they fight hard for Dak. They play hard around him. He lifts the people up around him, and they fight. Dak Prescott, Jared Goff, and Carson Wentz were all drafted in the 2016 NFL Draft. In the years that Jared Goff has been in the league, he's gone 26-14, which means he's won 65% of his games. That's very good. Very impressive. Highly respect that. Carson Wentz has gone 24-18. 24 wins, 18 losses. He's won 57% of his games. But what's funny to me is that Dak Prescott, a lowly third-round pick, has gone 34-16. 34 wins, 16 losses. He's won 68% of his games. More games than Jared Goff, a higher percentage of wins than Jared Goff and Carson Wentz. Now, I admit the flaw in that thinking, right? You go, okay, but Dak Prescott went to a really good team coming into the league. Fair enough. He had a better roster. I can acknowledge that. If you want to criticize that, go ahead. But winning should matter. And what's weird about that statistic is that Dak Prescott has a better winning percentage than Jared Goff and Carson Wentz, yet Carson Wentz and Jared Goff have gotten contracts, and Dak has not. He has not gotten a contract. That's criminal to me. The fact that Dak hasn't been paid? What? I want to repeat this. It's very, very meaningful to me. It's very important. Dak Prescott is a galvanizing leader who rallies his team. People fight hard for Dak Prescott, and he wins games. On Sundays, he consistently wins football games. And he's talented. He's right now this is year 4. He looks better than we've ever seen. His footwork's incredible. I think he's really figured it out. He's done the work. He's getting better every year. He wins games. He's a great leader, and he's clearly good enough. He's a guy who works his butt off. Pay Dak Prescott. I'm begging you. The longer you wait, the more money you're going to have to pay him down the road. He's going to have a great year this year, and I think they should pay him now before it's way too much down the road. I would pay Dak Prescott. He's worth it. He elevates your locker room. He wins games, and he's a really good dang quarterback. And I would pay Dak Prescott in a heartbeat. He's more than worth the money if you ask me. My name is Zach Schaumler. This is my podcast, Strong Opinion Sports. It is my favorite thing in the entire world. And you may not know, my dream when I graduate college eventually is to do this show as my full-time job. Now, I also want to be very upfront and honest about my plan and what's going on. I recently monetized my YouTube channel. What that means is that some of my videos make money through ad revenue. Now, it's fewer than you think. A lot of my videos get claimed. But in the past, I've received donations through the form of PayPal and Patreon.com. PayPal.me/Zach Schaumler, Patreon.com/Zach Schaumler. So because I'm making ad revenue, it felt weird to just get donations. I wanted to give something back to the people who support me on Patreon. So now there's a reward. If you support me on Patreon, you can submit questions at the dollar level or above. You just need to give $1 a month. If you do that, you can submit questions to a pool of questions where I look at. I'll read all the questions on Patreon, and I pick the top couple every episode and read them and answer them on a segment called Ask Zach. Pick the top couple questions and answer them at the end of every single episode. Now, that's for people who want to support me with money. If you have no money to give, I totally understand. I've actually never supported anybody on Patreon. I feel kind of weird about that. I'm a broke college kid myself. I totally understand. But if you believe in me and if you believe in my dream and still want to help me, one thing you can do is help me grow by telling your friends about Strong Opinion Sports. Share it on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, whatever it is. Help me grow by telling your friends about Strong Opinion Sports. Guys, thank you so much. I know that was a long spiel. I really appreciate it, and hope you have a great day.